let's chat about the 13 things I love about the Suzuki VStrom 1050 XT. Hi, I'm Francois from adventurebikegroup.com, and in this video we're going to chat about the 13 things I love about the Suzuki VStrom 1050 XT. So the first thing is the seat height. It's 33.5 inches, I'm 6 foot, I can flat foot it with my Enduro boots, so it's very comfortable. I never felt, even in the dirt, that I'm going to drop the bike, except trying to turn it around in a small little narrow single track, but the seat height really helped me keep the bike upright. It's super comfortable, you're tucked in behind the windscreen, and after a couple 100 kilometers my butt still didn't get sore. So very comfortable, and I'll show you. Super easy to get the bike off the stand, so that's a plus. Number 2 is the power delivery. This bike is very powerful. I think it's 106 horsepower. All the adventure bikes are powerful. It's more than enough to cruise very comfortably at the highway speeds. I mean, at 120 kilometers per hour, that's 75 miles per hour. It's only at 4,500 RPM, so that's less than half the usable RPM range. So it's very smooth delivery in all 3 modes. I had it mostly in rider mode A, which is more aggressive throttle response in the city. It was fine, it wasn't uncomfortable at all. And then after a while, after riding in the dirt, I switched it to C, which is the softest throttle response, and even then, and I kept it there afterwards in the tar road. It's super comfortable, but if you need power, it's all available and it moves. So I just love that. And the economy, if you cruise constantly at say 60 miles per hour, you can easily get more than 25 kilometers per liter. That is 60 miles per gallon. But with spirited riding, playing in the dirt, doing silly things, testing the traction control, I still got more than 20 kilometers per liter or 47 miles per gallon. So with a 20 liter tank, you could easily get between 400 and 500 kilometers or 300 miles if you take it super slow. So that is awesome. Number 3, the electronics are super easy to use. There's 3 rider modes, 3 traction control modes. You can switch off the traction control to ABS modes, and all of them are switchable with the mode button, and you can just toggle through and switch it on the fly. You just need to let go of the throttle. So as you coast, you can switch it, all the modes, ABS, traction control and rider modes on the fly, super easy. Number 4, the light clutch. It's hydraulic clutch, super light touch. You can adjust the lever, and I used one finger almost all the time, even playing in the dirt, pulling up on uphills, clutching it through the mud. One finger, all that's required. Super easy to ride. Number 5, the tall screen. Even at its low setting, it offers ample wind protection. My neck never got stiff. If you switch it to the highest, you have to climb off the bike, but if you switch it or set it to the higher level, even more protection. You can sit upright like this at any speed, very comfortable, and it looks like a sturdy adjuster. It's not going to break. I like that. It's better than electronic adjusting screen. I think less electronics to break. It's got enough electronics already, so that's awesome. Number 6, it's got 2 12-volt accessory sockets. The one is right next to the dash, so there's an accessory mount above the screen, and next to it you've got this 12-volt 2-amp socket with a USB port, so you can charge your phone or plug in your GPS. And then under the seat, that is lockable with the key, you have a cigarette lighter, so if you want to charge your phone while you're riding or your camera, you can pop it under the seat. Super convenient. And number 7, there's on the 1050 XT models, you've got the engine protection bars, so if you drop the bike, it will protect the engine, and it's got this neat little plastic covers that so your boot don't scratch up the bike, and they look like they are easily replaceable. And then also the brake hoses and lines and reservoir are tucked in behind the frame, or at least behind the protector, so it doesn't get damaged if you drop the bike. Number 8, the tank size. It's 20 liters, I think that's 5.3 gallons, so it's bigger than the F850 GS BMW. It's bigger than the T7 at 17 liters, so it's a very usable range. If you take it easy, you can easily skip a gas station, yeah, so that's nice for long distance touring. Number 9, there's this accessory bar that I mentioned earlier above the dash. It's quite thick. You can mount your GoPro, mount your GPS, mount your phone. Super convenient. You don't have to mount it on the handlebar somewhere. And that's nice that it's already right there and very visible behind the screen. Number 10, it's got quite a sturdy luggage rack and handlebars at the rear. So it's easy to fit your toe box, or you can even just strap your bag or your tent right to it. It's not like the T7 that you have to fit an aftermarket or an accessory. So that's just nice to have it already there. And if you're only one person riding with this 2-piece seat, you can easily strap all your luggage to the rear seat and that luggage rack at the back without having to fit panniers or saddlebags. Number 11, the VStrom has a very large following. It's easy to find information on it. It's a very popular bike. It's proven reliability, Japanese reliability, so it's probably going to last a long time and cost you way less to maintain than some of the other European models out there. So I always like Japanese reliability. Number 12, very subjective, but I love the looks. It's an awesome look. I love that they used a past desert racer, the DRZ 750 that they used in the Dakar. I love the fact that they used the styling of that bike. I always prefer bold styling with some heritage compared to some fancy looking bling whatever. So I love that. Awesome. I just love that they did that. I also love that they went for these bold color schemes. This yellow and blue is just awesome looking. And then there's the price. It's hard to beat. I'm not going to mention all the competitors, but it's almost 10 grand less than the fully spec'd BMW 1250 GS Adventure, and you can do almost anything that the BMW can. It just depends on the rider. A more experienced rider will go way further on this than I would on a 1250 GS Adventure. So with that extra 10 grand, you can buy a whole T7, or you can buy a dirt bike and pay for fuel for a long trip. So at this price, it's awesome value for money. Now, if you think I'm just sucking up to Suzuki who lent me the bike, I'm not. I also made a video on the 5 things I hate about the bike. It is a much shorter list because there are less things that I hate about it, but go and check it out before you buy and let me know what you think. Thank you for joining, and sorry for the sweating, it's super hot. See you next week.